Mic check, mic check. Are we on?
We are on.
Sure looks like it.
Oh, yeah. Belated happy Veterans Day. We'll talk more about that. We've got the whole crew back in the house, and it's November. Man, it's getting colder and colder. Welcome back, everybody. See you in 2 minutes.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
Yo, happy Sunday, everybody. Highway 54 in the house. My name is DJ Kid Mango. We've got Carla D3, DJ Mr. A, and Coach Anthony from About That Wallet. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
I know, man. Happy Veterans Day weekend. D3, thank you for your service. Carla, always. As you know, we have dependents who do serve also.
We are unsung heroes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Veteran spouses.
Exactly. And of course, my uncle Jimmy, Eric's father, and my dad too, and all our uncles and aunties and all our friends out there. Happy Veterans Day weekend. Hope you guys had a great time. I'm okay with people saying thank you for your service. I'm good, but I'm awkward that way. Like, I don't want to be like not say anything like, oh, thank you. But I feel like I didn't do anything, right? D3, I don't feel like we did anything special. We just like,
Bruh, I mean, see, what you're doing is you're selling yourself short. Don't do that. Because think about it.
Yep.
If we want to get real transparent in the military, you're not paid hourly.
Yeah,
you're paid by your rank. So you're actually getting paid 24/7. So your pay rate is a lot lower than anybody else who's just on an 8-hour shift or 12-hour shift for 40 hours a week. It's something totally different. But then think about it too. What if you're part of the recall roster and you're still on shift? Technically, you're at home, but they call you at 2 a.m. You still got to get up no matter what, put on your uniform, go to your job, report in, sign a piece of paper, come right back home, and still do your shift later on that day.
Yeah.
So when they say thank you for your service, that's a generalized way of saying, okay, I don't know exactly what you do, but thank you for helping us to have the right to have freedom of speech or being able to be in this particular country.
Yep.
So don't downplay yourself like that.
Right. Very well said. Very well.
Thank you.
Totally agree. Floyd, also you were FSS, so which was known services before, and then before that it was
NWR.
So I mean, when you think about that, you wore so many different hats. When y'all switch around to like different places, you probably did like the chow hall, the bulletin, the training,
fitness,
center. all those things. So yeah, especially services, they work hard.
The hardest job on the planet is anything dealing with other customers. Customer service.
Yes, absolutely.
Boy, girl. Me and Carlo, we got stories for days about customer service. Holy shit.
Servicing other people face to face is difficult.
Yeah. And also, it's also a lot different too when you're overseas, especially for me and Carlo went to, we were in Yokota, Japan, and it was considered a big base. We had a casino that made a lot of money for the clubs, and so hence we had a lot of programs that were paid for, lots of prizes and gifts. USO tours, Armed Forces Entertainment were bringing entertainment a lot. So during a good 20-30 year span, money was spent a lot overseas because we just had extra money at the casinos. We had slot machines. Anywhere in the States, it's illegal unless you're in a reservation. But the military overseas, we had these slot machines that people would gamble and bingo. So coming from a big base, we did a lot more programs than would normally do in a small base at stateside. So it was pretty busy. We were really, really on edge, and like you said, D3 said, we were on all the time.
Yeah, no matter what, you had to be there. Then even when you're in a different country and you leave off base, you're still a representative of everybody. So what they see you do, they automatically going to assume that all Americans are like that, and that's unfair, but it is what it is.
And it's just like any job, we had a lot of benefits, but take home pay was very minimal. And if you look at the different types of jobs that we did, if you compare that with outside, it's not comparable, even with the benefits of BAH, which is housing and medical. It's still way undervalued. So that's why we do have a retention problem sometimes, because people are like, I'm making $600 every 2 weeks. I can make triple that, at Apple or in Google, whatever, Amazon. So.
But then you look at the benefits. The benefits, they help too, because a lot of people didn't have to worry about housing. You didn't have to worry about the stuff that civilians, have to do. But
medical and food and
but still sometimes it's was it really worth it? But you make it worth your while.
Yeah, there's plenty of times where we were actually living check to check on base in a dorm. So can you imagine? Somebody with that salary.
Yeah, there was military on food stamps.
Yes.
$500. Yes. E1, E2. Holy shit. Every 2 weeks, $500. Wow.
Yes.
But like I said, we lived on dorms. Our food was free. Medical was free. So if you count that, we were making okay, but $500 in our pockets.
And then
every 2 weeks.
Military discounts and the benefits. And overseas you did get COLA.
Yeah.
Cost of living allowance, but
but as you rank up, your benefits your pay gets higher and benefits get better, and at the end, free those who get the GI Bill, there's big benefits there, of course, medical and VA, all that. Yeah. All right, so I wanted to share with this. I shared this with Carla maybe remembers when I used to work for the customer service introduction to FSS. I was one of the trainers there for them, and so this is one of the videos I had them watch to remind them, who are we serving, who are we representing, and what we do matters, and what D3 says. So this is a Anheuser-Busch after September 11, 2001. The patriotism of the country, the unity was so high, right? If you guys remember that, 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5, maybe up to 2006, because we're deploying a lot to the desert. And so we were thanked a lot when we were traveling through the States or coming back from the Middle East. And it's not in history. It was really rare because our parents experienced Vietnam. It was totally opposite. But this video always touched me, and it reminds me of why we served, how we served, and the people before us. So I want to show you this video. Check it out. Can you guys hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not promoting Anheuser-Busch, but anyway, it's that video, man.
Unless they
Have
send
you
us
guys seen that video? Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, if they listen, it saves you some money. But yeah,
I know, right? Anheuser-Busch, you want to sponsor us? Let us know.
generational wealth right there.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that video just every time I see it, I'm pretty sure D3 was like, what the fuck, It was during the time where everybody joined for a reason, right? To the country, to protect the country, to protect their families and all that. And like I said, a generation before us during Vietnam, they weren't getting that kind of welcome or standing ovation or whatever it was. And so
my dad was in Vietnam.
Yeah. Our dads too, yeah. So
Oh, your dad's too? Okay.
yeah, way different story back then. So
yeah, it was.
Again, happy Veterans Day weekend, everybody. Thank you for your service. Thank you, those who are still active duty, all my friends and family out there around the world. We're here. We're always here for you guys, and we appreciate what you do and all that. So, all right, guys. So we haven't done a review on a drink before in a while.
Hey.
So we're gonna do something. I just want to say, hey everybody! Thanks for everybody joining in. Those, we've got some new subscribers and new likes. As we always say, go to our Facebook, go to our Instagram, go to our YouTube. Free thing, like, subscribe, check out About That Wallet. Also, he has a YouTube and Facebook. We would appreciate you subscribing and liking and commenting all the time. Helps us with the algorithm.
Helps our algorithm.
All right, so we did a Dr. Pepper shot a couple weeks ago. And
we did not burn the house down.
So we have a Corona and a Amaretto, but the Serrano can be Amaretto also. Saying that this plus this would taste like a Dr. Pepper for those who like Dr. Peppers.
Word.
Have you guys tried it before?
So this is a little kitchen chemistry.
I haven't had that before. Okay. No.
Okay, well, we're gonna try it. Stand by. So our famous Dr. Pepper shot was Amaretto. It was the 151.
Yes.
And it was any beer of your choice. But this one's a little bit lighter than the 151 shot. This is going to be this Serrano. You're going to drink, you can drink a little bit, but you can fill up like maybe a quarter, Eric.
A quarter?
Of the beer. Yeah. But I think like someone drank my beer.
Oh, it is in now.
It looks right.
Right? Okay. There you go.
Yeah, here's a full one here.
There's a full one. There you go. Yeah, all right. So basically, I'm not sure about the measurement, but
you try it.
I'm not sure. 2 shots of vodka.
Yeah.
Let's try it out here.
Maybe like an ounce or 2.
Milliliters.
Yeah, so fill it up like that, and it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper.
Go ahead, shake it hard, shake it.
I don't want to reg it. Make sure I mix it.
No, wear it.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
All right. So this is Amaretto with Corona, and it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper.
I could see that though, because Amaretto is like a more of like a caramel taste to it anyway.
Yeah.
Take it to the head.
If you want to add 151, it's up to you, but no, I don't think so. All right,
you
try it. Ready?
Then it'd be a cold Dr. Pepper shot.
Chug.
Right?
The whole thing.
Take it to the head, man.
We are gonna go in.
You know, Eric is going to a real fucking G.
That's a grown. That's grown man.
Grown man. Yeah.
Grown man.
That's a grown man shit right there.
Yeah.
Hair on the balls.
G. Chest hair perm.
Chest hair.
It does taste like Dr. Pepper.
Cheat up.
There we
You know
go.
what?
There we go.
It does taste
There
like
we
Dr.
go.
Pepper.
It does. It does.
Eric is a G. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I doubt it.
San Diego. Let's make it happen, man.
So,
Goddamn
Corona,
And dessert?
Disaronno, Amaretto, whatever you want to put. It has to be just,
Yeah,
liqueur,
that's Toronto.
caramel liqueur.
Word.
This is pretty cheap. It was only like $20 for this
Yeah.
one.
That was about a shot's worth.
Mm.
Gotta
okay.
put there.
Okay.
So that's about what, 2 ounce, maybe 2 ounces?
Yeah. What does it say? No, 1 ounce. Just
1
over,
Oh,
over an
wow.
ounce.
That's less than a
Okay.
shot.
Yeah.
So
Wanna put a
what are
little
you
more.
what are you drinking tonight, Anthony?
Whew.
You better not pull out no fucking Amsterdam.
Is that a bottle?
He
Really?
stepped up a little.
It's a little mini.
Is that a
The bottom shelf. He went to the second to the bottom shelf. No, I'm
I
just
Coach Anthony, have you been drinking on Wednesdays?
end zone?
Are you still drinking on Wednesdays?
I have. I just started last week again,
okay.
and I drank all the orange juice. So
Oh god.
No.
I'm gonna give a shout out to I don't know if you do it, babe.
Ooh, what's that?
Here we go.
That's Go Close. That's it's a red dessert wine and it's from Maryland. And we got a bunch of like alcohol for our birthday. I don't know why people do that to us, but we
Yeah,
That is
18%
good.
alcohol.
it's
18%.
They know who
very
you are.
good. It's
How many
Ooh.
percent?
18.
18 for a wine.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's really, really
Dessert wine.
it's very, very good. So, but last week, I don't know if Floyd, did you hear what he said last week?
This is
What,
me
what
all
happened
day
to me
right now.
last week?
What happened?
You gonna tell Floyd what happened last week? I wasn't here.
Which one?
Did you throw up?
What happened with me?
Bruh. While we were entertained by the lifelong lessons that Auntie Gina was giving us, she was dropping nuggets to us, and we appreciate
was.
every single second.
Yes.
Thank
But-
you.
But in the background, this one right here was getting
this one.
blitzed like a quarterback on third down. She was toe back. I'm telling you. Finally got her upstairs after our post-show speech and everything. A bunch of us talking. My God. She finally made it upstairs, laid on the floor, and was like, oh God. Oh my God.
Emotional,
Oh, baby, I'm not gonna make it. Oh my God. I'm about to die. Oh Lord. Please. Oh my God.
Well, Auntie Gina was high as fuck. She was really high.
But she
And
was
then Carla was
hand drunk.
liberated. She was
Yeah, like,
she was
The PIN number to the ATM account is this. The life insurance is paid up. Oh God, I'm
she
gonna
was
die.
she was a PUI,
Look, if you don't stop.
podcasting under influence.
Yes.
If you don't stop.
So funny. He didn't look like it.
I
you
was
didn't.
good. Oh no, I'll hold it in front of everybody. Like, yeah.
And you know, it's
You did well. You did well.
Mhm.
ironic because for my bachelor party, I was tore up the exact same
Wow.
way, and I had to projectile vomit on a cruise ship in the bathroom.
He did.
Oh, it was bad. it was bad.
It was so bad.
All right. We were talking about throw ups, man. What was your worst drinking throw up?
That had to be the worst, wasn't it? Wasn't it the worst on the cruise ship? He's talking about me.
no.
Oh, on the cruise ship, he got. They gave
I'm telling
him.
you,
They
that's
gave
the
him
worst you might
Miller.
have seen on me. That's not
They
the
gave
worst.
him Miller High Life. I don't know where it came from. That they were drinking a bunch of bullshit, and they was like, "Do we have permission?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, y'all have fun, whatever." Went with the girls and stuff like that. Man, I had to walk him back to the. I had to he was like leaning on me coming back to the room while one of his groomsmen, Otis, was out there twerking with his blazer jacket open. But I ain't gonna say nothing.
We had all our shirts on that said Wolf Pack. I mean,
Yeah.
we were.
Yeah.
Let us tell it. But
That was awesome.
Oh,
But
he
it-
laid down. He laid down. So I took off his shoes and all that other kind of stuff. And he laid on the bed or whatever. Then all of a sudden he sprung up and knocked everything over, glasses
Oh, my
everywhere.
God.
You know why? Because when you laying down and you got this experience firsthand. When you laying down and things start spinning, that means you got to call Earl. So I hopped up, so I wouldn't throw up any room, and I went to the bathroom, which and on cruise ship they're really, really small anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of redid the walls a little bit.
Oh my
Her
God.
dad said I was a
Added
used
some
car
color.
salesman. Her dad said I was a used car salesman. 'Cause I was calling New Yeah, I was doing all of that.
Yeah, he
but-
didn't open the bathroom door at first.
At
So
first,
he
yeah,
went open the bathroom door.
Yeah, Housekeeping was mad. They had to be.
But Eric, you're a G. He's definitely a G because I was like, oh my God, who gonna clean this shit up? He cleaned it up.
Yeah, I cleaned it up.
He cleaned it up like
What?
he cleaned it up. I was like, oh, okay.
I was drinking Mad Dog at her mother's house. They're like, "Oh my God, why are you drinking it?" But like, dude, you just got to space it out. And something big before that. I'm a pro now.
He's a pro.
Have you ever had D3? You can back me up. A soju experience.
Woo.
Because you were in Korea, yeah.
Okay, so if you don't know what soju is, you better find out.
Soju.
Soju is regulated here in Japan. Oh, well, yeah, Japan and anywhere except for Korea. So what happened in Korea? It's supposed to be regulated, so you can get a gallon, like a gallon of soju, bigger than this bottle, like a whole goddamn, a gallon, 5 gallons of soju if you wanted to, and it'll say like 80%, 90%. No, man, it's unregulated. It could be 110 or 120%.
Oh, okay.
Rice wine.
But
Soju in Japan is
But they don't tell you that soju is also made with formaldehyde. So when you're laying there asleep, you're looking like you're looking like a corpse.
And also it's when you mix it with other juices or drinks, it's tasteless. If you do it right with the right ingredients, it's like, oh, this is fine. This is like tastes like orange juice. Oh, it tastes like watermelon. And we have that big ammo bowl, right, where you put the soju and juices, whatever. And you had a little straw. This is before COVID, but anyway, right, tossing around this big ammo bowl with straws in it. Everybody taking shots, and so we call it the soju experience because so many first timers to Korea will get fucked up and not underestimate how strong this is. Pretty much like drinking gasoline or whatever you call it here in the States. And and you would walk to the gate. Some people think that the gate would be the room, and they start taking off their clothes.
And that's the crazy thing about it. Like when you first get there, when I first got to Korea, it's called a green bean because you're new. So we went to this one club called Mr. C's, and the crazy thing about it was they were playing videotapes of Video LP up there from BET, which is crazy. And they actually served chitlins there too, so you could tell who their demographic they were catering to. But I wasn't eating that. But yeah, they had a disco ball and everything. They had a big ammo bowl with full of ice and soju and juice and about 30 straws. Now you're green. They're sitting there gassing you up, telling you, "Hey man, you better hurry up and drink it, man. You better drink this, man. Don't let them other people drink you." And you're stupid enough to do it because you just got to fit in. But you're the only one drinking.
You're like, I ain't no punk bitch. Fuck this. I'll drink this fucking soju or Mad Dog or whatever it's called.
But what you're not understanding is in there you have to be a certain rank to have a vehicle home. You still got to walk back home through the gate, and you're trying to fall into a sewage ditch or anything like that. But nobody else was drinking. It was just you. And I was so tore up, I could have swore the disco ball stopped spinning. It was just me. It was bad. It was bad. But then when you leave, it's called a brown bean. So you know the deal. So you're just actually initiating the new people that just got there for that year.
Exactly.
You do the stupid stuff. You just got to make sure that they get home.
Introduce that ammo bowl. Oh, they're done, bro.
Bad.
So would you say the soju that you can buy here is different?
It's regulated.
Okay, because when I hear these stories about you guys talking about soju, and I've had soju here, I'm like, man, but that's like wine cooler over here.
Oh, over there, they just
not in Korea.
Now I understand.
It's what do you call that? The moonshine, pretty much like moonshine.
Yeah, bathtub boogie. Yeah.
Have you had habusaki?
Yes.
The habusaki is the one with the snake and the habu snake in it.
Oh yeah. It tastes like goddamn snake. That's how it tastes like.
My musical mentor in Louisiana had one that was shipped to him, and it had 2 black snakes on the inside of it. And he said it's supposed to be
we went to the habusaki museum.
It's an acquired taste. You can really taste that motherfucking snake. Like goddamn, it tastes like snake.
It's really, really strong.
Yeah, it's strong. And if you're not careful, it's like soju. You get fucked up.
Really?
Well, I took Ariel to Vegas for 7 days for her 21st birthday, and of course she loves Asian fusion. Like she loves Japanese food because she went to school in Asia. So she had, because she was 21, she had soju, she had sake, she had Corona. She had
Ooh.
margarita. And do you know she didn't budge?
Wow.
Like she did not budge.
True
Like
story. The first time
Wow.
she met Ariel was there. We
Yeah.
had drinks, and she had another drink, like a tall drink. What
Fishbowl.
she like? Okay, and what's
Right.
a big deal about this for? And she's a G.
she yeah. So Ariel doesn't drink, but she did try because she was 21, so she wanted to have fun, whatever.
And she get fucked up at all.
She smoked. She didn't.
This ain't nothing.
No,
Big deal.
her. She was just like,
Wow.
so she doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jinro is one of the most known labels, but you gotta really go to Koreatown and say, hey man, I want the real fucking soju. What's your strongest ass soju do you have here? But in Korea, it's not regulated. It's fucking like gallons of water. Like you can go to the store and just pick up soju and get fucked up real quick, easy and cheap. Anyways, talk about it. Soju experience.
Oh, that's the way how you like your women? It's like,
Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah. All right, the D3, are we ready? I got
Yeah, we're ready.
questions.
Well, for you tripping. For those of y'all that know me, I'm a really deep thinker. And sometimes the old folks would say, if you think, that means you don't know, but you won't know unless you think. So this particular week was a good week for us. We did a lot of things with the family and stuff like that too. But during the week, I got to thinking. I know that as far as this particular podcast, we all have music within us one way or another, and music permeates our life. So with that being said, I got to thinking about my life, the way it was, the way it is, and the way it will be. So there's different songs within my life that can explain who I am or who I was or who I want to be. So if that's the case, what song defines who you used to be, who you are, and who you want to be? We all have layers. We're all just not one specific way. So there's certain songs that will explain you, again, how you used to be, how you are, and how you want to be. What song defines you? What song used to define you? What song do you feel will define you moving forward? What caused that change from back then to now to the future? Good, bad, or indifferent. Nothing is ever wrong. It's just different.
Right.
I'm D3, and I'm all in your business because I got questions.
can I go first?
Yeah, go first. Go
So
ahead.
I got George Michael, Careless Whispers.
Oh, you a cheater?
What
Would you
the-
cheat?
Who'd you cheat
No,
on?
no, no, no. It's like,
I'm just saying, was you cheating?
no, it wasn't cheating. But
There
it
you go.
gets you to think about it gets you to think about life again. So it's like not from the cheating perspective of like dealing with somebody else, but far as like the emotional of the song itself and looking at like how you used to do things. Like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why I was looking at it. Because you said like from the past to present to future. And it's kind of like, for me, that would hit all three.
Okay, so something caused that. That's still the specific song that you said would define you right now. Was there a change?
I don't know about you, man. Every time I hear this song, I want to do some bump and grinding.
It's the saxophone. That's what that is. That saxophone is something sexy right there,
Yeah.
bruh. Let's just call it what it is. That saxophone's sexy.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Some get down stuff.
That saxophone bring it out you, regardless of what he's saying. But
Right.
yeah.
Killer's Whisper, huh?
On to the next one, Anthony. We're waiting.
Oh, no, that's all I got.
So that's the only one that defines you for the past, present, and
Defines
possibly
me.
future.
It takes care of all of it. Yeah. For me.
Oh, word.
That's dope.
Because
You
like
never-
I think
You never-
I
he
think the
started,
very
everything.
first,
You're never gonna dance again.
I think a lot of us, D3, Carla, Eric, myself, we grew up in a time where, slow jams was like,
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
cool to have slow jams.
Mhm.
We had a lot of slow jams, a lot of music, heartbreaks and all that. When we were young, we always want to be in love. You want to have the girl. And You know, we when we go to dances.
Go ahead.
No, when we go to dances, we dance with the partner, your opposite sex. That's the only time you dance, unless you're breakdancing. We doing the TikTok in the group and all that kind of thing. So the very first song, maybe because I was a military kid overseas, and we always move around a lot. And, you have your ex-girlfriend or girlfriend you're about to leave, you're PCSing to another country or another state.
Right.
And so the one song that would define me, because I've always wanted to be married, I always wanted to be in love, blah, blah, blah. I hit that. Is during that time, we were Smooth, New Edition, Jeffrey Osborne, what's his name from the Commodores. Lionel Richie. We were in that era, Tina Turner, what's love got to do? So all our songs were revolving about love. So Richard Marx, Oceans Apart.
Hold on to the night. Oh,
that one's good too. But
wow,
Oceans Apart.
Is it called Oceans Apart? Is it called Hold On to the Night?
That was the first two letters of the first.
I think we need to get Edwin on here to sing a little piece of that.
Right?
I know, right?
I know he's a trucker, so he might be on the road right about.
Oh, that's right.
But I'm probably not alone with that song. Oceans Apart, but it's called Right Here Waiting for You. But it's one of those songs that most, whether you're dependent, whether you be military, whether you be a dependent kid, that song resonates for a lot of it because we move around so many times. And so that song, till this day, kind of defined my childhood because I was always moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that song right there. Oceans Apart, day after day.
Same.
Woo! You know what I'm saying?
Man, Richard Marx is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's also cool is that he wrote a lot of songs for NSYNC, I think, and Backstreet Boys. So
really?
Even though he wasn't as popular afterwards, he was still writing for a lot of.
That was MTV days, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When that came out, I was like,
but DJ, I put that song in the same category as Oleta Adams. Get Here If You Can. But I mean,
Oleta Adams,
trailways. I mean, she said all different types of modes of transportation, but just get here if you can.
If you want, you can.
Oh, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah, you did your thing.
Yeah. So anyways, there are so many songs that would define me, but Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting for You, would define at least my teenage years, where we were overseas. Where at that time I was in Korea. Yeah, in Yongsan. How about you, Eric?
I'm kind of about on the same wavelength as you, because we grew up with slow jams, especially in the 80s. Like you said, I have plenty of songs that, man, I wouldn't even. It's hard to pick, but the one song that's always stuck with me that kind of helps define how I like to do things and how I think about how I want to live life is "Guys, Let's Chill."
Wow. Y'all just want to do it to somebody. It sounds all sexual to me.
That man's a DJ. You better.
Oh wow.
We are.
They know but DJs.
All this manly stuff going on.
That song is a good song. Oh yeah, to this day.
Straight Quiet Storm. Man.
I know, man. I gotta bring that back. Jeez Christ.
Look, Carla, you said that. How many licks was your song?
Huh? You said
how many licks by Lord King?
No.
What if you
Teddy Riley? Oh yeah. Aaron Hall.
That lactate milkshake. Had me up in here crop dusting.
Just add water.
Yeah. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
That's disgusting.
I'm so sorry. This normally don't happen.
All right. So for me, it's weird because y'all all got one song, and I'm just thinking about my past, and I'm thinking about Welcome to the Jungle. Remember that?
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that in my younger days, Welcome to the Jungle, and I feel like I could have been at Eastside High or something, being caught in the bathroom. Mr. Clark, you don't know Mr. Clark, But anyway, so that was for my earlier years because I was a bit obnoxious. But then as I've grown older, I would say that that was my shit. Yes.
You got bedhead.
Right. We can't play it too long.
I love it. I love it.
So I feel like that was me in my younger years. And then as I've gotten older, I would say like Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten, because my story is still unwritten. And I like the fact that now that I am actually the author of my story. Before I would let other people who I was. Yeah, so people, you know, like, define me, and things would get under my skin so quick that I would get like quick tempered and all that. But I've seen so much growth in myself, which is so important. I know a lot of other people see growth in me, and some don't. Well, fuck you. But at the end of the day, that is my song because the rest is still unwritten. I still got a lot of shit to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Edwin
said BB and CC.
Yeah, B.
Williams.
What about?
These whatabouts.
Yes,
I never heard that song. Never heard that song.
No, we might have to get.
Ooh, that's a good song.
You might have to
That's
get
a good
this
song.
one so you don't get kicked off.
Yeah, that's a good song
Yeah.
actually.
See, Edwin, you could actually come in here and sing it, and then we could
Right.
and I could be your backup. Me and Dorsey could back up.
Oh.
Well,
Ow.
Oh.
1 2 1 2.
Got to.
Word.
So Anthony,
Oh
what you
yeah,
got?
I think.
You said where I'm at. I ain't got
Oh, you already did yours, huh?
Yeah. I think everybody did theirs.
Yeah, I can be honest with y'all. I can tell y'all how mine changed. Mine changed from, for those that don't know, I'm 51 years old. So before
Fine, but go ahead.
Black don't crack.
no, but one of my favorite songs growing up, because I was a kid that was always testing the limits. So I was doing stupid stuff and getting on punishment. And I'm listening to the Quiet Storm and listening to the songs that my colleagues were talking about and listening to that. But one of the songs that it still is to a certain extent, is Atlantic Starr, Silver Shadow. And one of the things that she says is, the world will remember my name. Like, okay, so what world is she talking about? And again, remember we alluded to it earlier, we all have different layers. So that means there's different worlds that we include each other in. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, the world will remember my name. That's all the people that I've come in contact with, that I've touched one way or another. I have to leave a positive impression of myself and me being around them one way or another. So that particular world or that particular level or that particular group of people that I'm associated with will remember my name in a positive way. That somewhat changed because when I met my wife, she and I would talk about a lot of different music. And
Oasis,
our song that
too.
brings us together is Roberta Flack, Oasis. That song is so deep because she talks about, in the morning when I see the sun, I think about you. And that's how we actually met, because she and I we met long distance. That's one of my songs too. But then I also have another song too that I think about as far as other people that intertwines with the previous song before Oasis that I spoke about, which is Freddie Jackson and Najee, All I Ever Have. And it's about perfect friendship. And it's about, what if God was speaking to you about your life? So it's saying, tell me your dreams so they can be mine too. That's perfect friendship. I extend to other people because I know I'm not perfect, but at the same time, I can be perfect when I'm coupled with other people with the like mind, which is perfect friendship. No judgment. I don't judge people. I try my best to judge patterns and actions.
Yeah.
So that perfect friendship can always be there if they're willing to accept it.
Ooh, that's deep. Damn.
I told you I'm a think about a lot of different things.
I don't know. When I was younger, man, I don't say I was a player, but me and my best friend at one
Used
time,
to crush a lot.
Being a player, you just crush a lot.
we had this one song. This girl was fine. I'm not gonna name her name because I'm still friends with her on Facebook. But so me and my friend one time we crushed this girl. I mean, we liked her and we thought, we were the better man. So that one song we sang together. I don't know if we sang together, but we like, hey, this is our song. We go, every night she walks right in my dreams since I met her from the start.
Woo.
I'm so proud I am the only one who's so special in my heart.
The
Girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine.
She's
I
mine.
know she's mine.
No, she's mine.
I love you more than he.
Anywhere.
You can
Every
go
time I hear that song,
anywhere.
I'm laughing my ass off, but like we really like that song, because we were like, what, barely middle school, high school. I think it was freshman year, but
Eric, I
anyways.
think I told you, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
And then it evolved into Monica and Brandy.
I know, yeah. The boy is mine.
Yeah.
No, but the ultimate song that we all like love and we would all dance to it, and it's like, why are we dancing to this song? And you talk about Atlantic Star. Here we are, the two of us,
Oh damn.
secret lovers.
Oh,
That's what we are.
No, it's not.
We're like,
That's supposed to be.
No, it's not.
no, that's Secret Lovers.
No, I
Secret
thought you were talking about Tender Love.
No,
I thought you were
Tender
talking about Tender Love too. Okay.
Oh. Mm-mm.
No,
That's
yeah.
the one
I
that-
lay all
All
alone.
Mm.
Tossing, turning. No,
turning.
almost like that.
Remember we sang that, and we sounded damn
And I
good.
cabbage patch for 20 minutes.
The
Oh,
cabbage
the-
patch.
the-
Wow.
I would like to see the Cabbage Patch for 20 minutes.
Bruh. Cabbage
Bruh.
patch.
He do got some strong shoulders though.
And then I can stir the gumbo because it's cold outside.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Go now.
Hey.
Gotta face it.
Emotional, damn it.
All right, Coach Anthony, are you ready for Money Moves?
I am ready. What up, everybody? So, name's Anthony from the About That Water podcast show. And today I am going to talk about Tiffany Alice's Get Good with Money. Now, in this book, if you actually have it on page 65, it says, okay, we aren't always acting like the ostrich. Sometimes we humans are more rational. If we live in a floodplain or in a region that gets hit frequently with hurricanes, we build houses or communities that can better withstand storms if we can afford to. We build on stilts or in hurricane shelters or behind surge barriers. I'm gonna skip down. But likewise, learning to save for all the seasons take away the panic and the fear you will feel if the worst financial storm happens. Saving is savvy preparation. So one of the things is that the reason why I wanted to read that passage to you all is because right now we are going through a turmoil right now that a lot of people don't know what to do with their finances. The storm is coming and you can see the signs. It's been happening all year. If you look at the stock market, it's been going down for quite some time. The CPIs or the consumer price index has been increasing month over month. So one of the things that I want to let you know today, one of the action items that I want you to do is take 30 minutes out of your day. Look back in the past 3 months of what you've been spending your money on and think about all the things to come within the next 3 months, which is you talking about the holidays coming up. You got Christmas, Thanksgiving, and then also you have the New Year. These are the three things that we all know that's coming. Do you have money to actually spend on gifts? if Christmas is a really big thing in your family, can you really skip Thanksgiving to focus on Christmas if that's the big one? Are you actually going to alternate those holidays? So I want you to take time to think about those today. And I want you to do that, shortly after this episode ends. So if anything, please join me on Wednesday. I'll be doing a deep dive into Tiffany Alice's book, along with the women's conference that I went to, where I actually got a chance to meet Tiffany Alice live in person and actually hear a little bit more about her story. So I thank you all, and let's get back to the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, money is always on my mind, but I think I mostly spend the past couple of years money wise, food, gas, insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everything
Loans.
has gone up. Like
Yeah.
I noticed a big difference.
I can't front though. I mean, my wife, real talk, she does a lot of the finances and stuff like that, and she throw ideas and stuff back at me, and then at the same time we try to tune in as much as we can to Anthony about that wallet, which sparks more questions about stuff, which kind of frustrates us because, like, man, why wasn't I doing this earlier? But we can't really look back in the past,
like the travel thing.
Yeah.
And we can't look back in the past and be mad or anything like that. Like, you don't know what you don't know. It is what it is. But at the same time, moving forward, Anthony, we appreciate you and keep doing it's sparking more fire underneath us because we as people of color, we have to have some type of generational wealth,
legacy money. Yeah,
because I mean, there's too many of us that just have Louis Vuittons, and I'm mad.
Bro, how many? Let's just be completely transparent. How many of us as people of color, how many of us actually have wealth that we can pass on to our generations after us?
Come on,
that's what we need to work on. Because
in perspective, think those Fitbits that everybody uses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you actually read the guy's story on how he got started, his mom was working and selling hair.
Was he a black guy?
In a store. No, it was a Chinese guy.
Okay.
And so his mom was working in the hood, selling hair and beauty products or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She had raised so much money for him to start his business with Fitbit, to the point now it's global that everybody's using. So it was on the backs of people spending all this money on beauty products so that he could start this. And this is what his mom did for him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only imagine what he's going to do for her and then for the next generation.
Yeah.
You saw the sacrifice that his mom did to point him out to where he's at now.
Is it fair to say, and I'm just throwing out the number out here, 80% of Americans, so I know more Americans, work their ass off that they don't have time to think about saving money for the future or for the kids? You know what I'm saying? Like 80% of us, all we do is work our ass off just enough to get by, to pay the necessities now, and of course for birthdays and Christmases and vacation, but never think, fuck, what am I leaving behind me? If I'm working 20, 30, 40, 50 years, what have I left to my kids or the families behind me besides a life insurance, which still helps, but
and a lot of people don't have that. There's a lot of GoFundMes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. It hurts me so much. I mean, Eric talks about this all the time. Like all these GoFundMe, like it takes what is it approximately 20,000 for a funeral? Yeah,
10,000 average.
An average, and everything else to expenses and daily living and all that. And so I see people like raising 25,000. I'm like, man, it's hard to think. Like, I think it's expensive in places where we live, right? Especially in California and maybe even New York, where like we're just living paycheck to paycheck just to get by.
DC is comparable with actually California.
Yeah. So I think that's a problem, Coach. Is like people do want to save money. People want to be fun, smart in the money, but they're just tired. They're just exhausted. They're just they need to spend time with their kids, their family, but they're not really.
But I can
paying
speak to that. I can speak to that as being a single parent and robbing Peter to pay Paul at one point in my life. That I had to actually make time. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, well, how do I get there? Or how do I do this? Because I wasn't raised like that. I was raised we call it in the hood nigger rich. That's what we call it. Just saying. So when you got money, you might as well just have a hole in your pocket because you was going to go and be flashy to let people know that you had money.
Exactly.
You was going to go and buy something to let people know that you had money. But then as I've grown older and I realized that people's opinion about me does not count and nobody can validate, nobody can actually, what is the word I'm looking for?
You said it. Validate.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, so many people are worried about what other people think. Like if you're like saying, you know what, I can't go because right now you ain't even got to tell people that I don't have the money for it right now. Just be like, you know what, I can't go. It's not in my budget or whatever. I'm not able to do that. Back then it was always like, I'll be there. Knowing damn well, it's like, how am I going to get there? So, okay, so if I do this and I do that.
Yep.
So
ghetto mathematics.
Right.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, you can do, even if you're working so much, you can still make that time in between somewhere. You have a lunch break. When you have a lunch break, when I used to have lunch breaks and stuff like that, I used to be like, okay, so my credit score is like a 610. So how am I going to get it up to a certain amount?
700, yeah.
610, that's a power forward.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, just, trying to figure out, so how do I get this? I got denied for this because of such and such. And this is many years ago, because my credit is good. But anyway, this was many, many years ago that, now I'm excited because I never thought that I would be where I am today. The rest is still unwritten. So, but no, I look back at that stuff and I really had to work. I had to make an effort. I had to, okay, so do I get my nails done? No, Oprah don't have her nails done. Does she? No.
Yeah.
You better chew them.
Yeah, that's right. You look at Oprah's feet, them things busted too.
Oh yeah, she was kicking much ass.
Right.
Look like the color purple toes.
Like I know the lifestyle that I want to live and that I envision my daughter to live when I'm in the event of our demise, and what we want for her, and actually instilling things into her. A lot of us don't do that. Even though my daughter she's autistic, but at the end of the day, I want
super sharp,
genius. Let me tell you, she did things that I have never done. I'll say couldn't do, but I have never done and never thought to do. But we want to make sure that she's taken care of, that we're taking care of, that she knows about legacy, she knows about trust, she knows about this and that, and we're still learning day by day more. And the more I learn, I try to share with my parents too, because I mean, even though it wasn't shared with me, they didn't know, you know what I mean? So I try to share things with them. Now, whether or not they want to accept it,
no, but at the same time, information wasn't readily available back then either.
Right.
There was no internet. Resources. There was no social media of people dropping nuggets. None of that. There's no owner's manual to being a parent. Amen. So they did the best that they could. They knew how. That's right. Yeah. And we appreciate that.
Yeah, because I mean, you had the hush generation before they were, so they didn't get anything really from their parents. They're just like, have babies.
Exactly.
Y'all supposed to be together, so y'all just go ahead and do the daggone thing.
Why have kids? There you go. That's a good book right there.
Yeah, in this book, it actually talks about like there is no owner's manual to be a child, meaning to be a parent, and it actually talks about like those stories of women who felt bad because they couldn't breastfeed their children, and it's almost like how you do with your finances. It's like you're ashamed, so you don't share it, you don't show it. You still go, like for some of the women in here, they actually still went to the little break rooms to look like they're actually giving out breast milk or whatever, but really they weren't pumping. They were just sitting out there just to kind of show like, hey, they still are a mother and they feel bad because they can't do it.
Yeah.
And it just, they feel like they're unfit. But the same thing with it comes to your finances. It's like, you want to show, like, you do all this hard work, but then everybody asks you, well, you're doing all this work, what do you got to show for it? And
Exactly.
I would have to say that's more so like the poor mentality,
Mhm.
the poor-minded mentality, where
Right.
you're looking at
Your business in a way,
Mhm.
because I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, if I was making such and such and such and such, I would do this and I would do that." And like, you don't know what I'm making. You just know what career field I'm in. Or people will say stuff
Exactly.
like, "Oh, if I'm making over 6 figures, blah blah blah." Do you realize that 6 figures ain't really a lot when you break down things? When you start to like put out for retirement, you start to put out like invest.
That's barely middle class for some states.
that low 6 figures, you know what I'm saying? When you get up to like,
You gotta learn how to
Yeah.
manipulate them taxes, so when tax time come around or whatever,
Mhm.
you don't have to. Oh,
But that goes back to what we were saying earlier about the military. People automatically assume a lot of times that, oh, you in the Army, you in the Air Force, Marines, Navy, or whatever, you paid.
them niggas
You
broke.
have no idea how
Idea.
low this pay really is.
Mm,
Because it goes back to what Anthony said years ago. It's
mm,
not what you make, it's what you keep.
Exactly.
How do you keep more
How do you-
of what you make? Because
and still live life. Yeah.
somebody's already got their hand out, regardless.
Fuck yeah.
Bill, that dude Bill is in your mailbox right now. Not now, but
Mhm.
right now.
And Uncle Sam, I ain't met that motherfucker
Bruh,
yet.
I bet you I'll
Fuck
jab
yeah.
him and Micah in the face when I see him on site. What?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can make do with any income. It's like you said, if you get financial advice and financial, expertise from your friends, family, friends, or whatever, you can make any money work. But it's the time to take it. And so when you come there, she can pay all the bills. Here's my money. You can worry about that. I make the money and you pay the bills. That's all I gotta do for her.
Bring home the
Right.
bacon. She
Have a
fries it up in
plan.
the pan.
Have a plan.
Yeah.
Always have a
She's
plan.
Always know
She's-
what's going on though, and I'm getting better. So.
Yeah. All right, we got our hot topic of the day, man. Anthony showed me this, and you're gonna love it. Stand by. All right, two women who were models and social media influencers say they were denied entry into a popular Los Angeles nightclub because of their size. Ella Halika said a bouncer told her and a fellow curvy model, Alexa J, that they couldn't follow their friends into the highlight room in Hollywood. I do have a video to show you pretty much the night after, and then there's an update because it just blew up. Stand by. Oops, sorry.
not your personal photos.
No way.
Oh, word.
my dick pics.
Hey guys, so we're feeling absolutely sick to our stomachs about what happened last night. So we are here to share with you what happened. I got invited to Highlight Room last night for my friend's birthday. It was a group of like 15 girls. I was definitely the biggest in the group, waiting in line to meet up with the promoter. I ran into Ella. It was like amazing. We're gonna have so much fun up there. So the promoter starts letting in the whole group of girls. And right when it gets to me at the front, the bouncer puts the rope in front, looks me up and down and says, "Yeah, not tonight." I wanted to make sure he wasn't confused and he knew that I was a part of the group that he was letting in. So I let him know, and he looked me up and down one more time and said, "Yeah, not tonight." And at that point, it was extremely apparent what was going on and that I was being discriminated against because of the size of my body. So then I'm confused. I'm like, what's going on? Let me talk to him. So we switch spots. I go to the front. I'm like, "Hi, sir, just us four. Like, what's going on?" Like, super calm. And he's like, looked at me up and down, was like, "Not tonight." And I was like, "What do you mean not tonight? I'm so confused. Like, I was just here for dinner before. Like, wait, what are you talking about?" Wouldn't give us an answer. We didn't know why. And to be honest with you, we're tired of playing safe and we're tired of just letting this happen and not speaking up about it. This has personally happened to me 3 other times. I know this has happened to her before and a lot of our curve friends as well. And it is not okay. And we're not doing this because we're complaining we can't get into Highlight Room. We don't care. It's for that girl or that person that's bigger who does not have a voice and doesn't have a following and doesn't have the connects or model friends or is a model or like we understand we're privileged, but that's not to say that this is okay. It was so dehumanizing. It was like we were literally getting looked through. People were watching and seeing what was going on, and no one was helping. These people were looking at us like we were scum of the earth. Literally scum. Nobody cared. And again, we have so much privilege and we need to come on here and make it known that this shit is not okay anymore at all. Just because
So much privilege.
you can't enjoy a night out with friends, like give me a fucking break. You got me so fucked up. The security guard was there, did not help, and he was a bigger guy. And I looked at him and I said, hey, you're seeing what's going on. You're a bigger guy. You know exactly what's going on here. Are you not going to speak up for us on our behalf? Are you not going to vouch for us? You know what's going on. And he's like, oh, well, it's not really my place. No, it is. That's your coworker. Fuck a social standard. Who cares? Stand up for what's right. Like, speak up when you see that something is wrong. We are clearly getting discriminated against. It's very evident. They're letting girls in front, behind, back, side, guys come in. Everyone that is way thinner than us. And they literally looked at us up and down and said, not tonight. On a Wednesday night, mind you. I'm tired of staying quiet. There needs to...
He didn't get his paycheck yet.
If you've experienced any type of discrimination like this, you know exactly how horrible and disgusting it feels. And we are no longer letting this fly anymore. We're holding these people accountable. So Highlight Room and any other club or place that discriminates people and fat shames them, please do better.
But is it really fat shaming?
It's a couple things if you think about as far as people who speak up and those who don't. And majority of the time, those who don't speak up usually don't have a plan B, don't have a soft cushion to land on. Because say if that's that guy's only job and he gets fired from it because he tried to look up for these two women. And then he goes home to his wife and kids who are like, hey, you know, I got let go from work because I let somebody in. And then now he's out of a job.
Yeah.
Now this turnaround because, like I said, this women conference was great. They were talking about how, you know, people always say like save 3 months or so and stuff like that. But if your job doesn't have a quick turnaround time, 3 months usually isn't enough. 6 months might not be enough. It could be a person, an engineer could take about 2 years to find another job. So if you don't even have enough for your particular, I guess you could say, niche to save on, a lot of people will be quiet. And I guess that's that hidden or underwritten rule is that you'll be fired for speaking up.
Yeah. Especially in the club industry. I mean, probably Eric and me can talk a lot about that because we were back in the 90s. You know, we were going to clubs all the time and promoters and all that. And there's a certain it kind of reminds me of Abercrombie, the documentary on Netflix, talking about, you know, there was a certain look that he hired at their store, right? Models, and they put models out there with shirts, and I don't think it was fat shaming as much as that was a certain look that promoter or the club wants to be put in there. They want people had a certain look, and it could be also, you know, if she's talking about fat shaming, you're gonna talk about people like, you ugly, you ain't coming in here. That happens too. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna go on TikTok, say, dude, I am not ugly, but you look like something. Well, depends who you're talking to, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't think it's right. Me being a plus size model, I'm not a plus size model, but I'm plus size. But I don't think. But he loved me though. But I mean, I don't think it's right. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you look at a lot of the plus size models. Sometimes they a lot prettier than the
those girls were.
Yeah, those girls are pretty.
They were pretty.
Yeah. I mean, because they have to work a lot harder a lot of times when they're plus size. So you got to be pretty as shit to actually, you know,
come in,
sign and stuff like that. So I mean, you can just be a little bony something, and they just throw makeup on you to make you look pretty or whatever. But they really work hard, and everybody that is big is not just because they're eating a lot. Sometimes it can be the fact that medication. Me myself, I have 14 surgeries, and I have some other, you know, medical issues. But anyway, I'm not gonna make an excuse for that. I do need to work out more, and I do need to eat right. But who said like that? I don't like that. Who did that?
No, I mean, I'm agreeing. No, what?
Yeah, so, but I'm not saying.
But my thing is, okay, let's say the sex is reversed and it's guys. Have you ever heard a guy, and there's big guys and there's ugly guys, who get like, you ain't coming in, not tonight.
Let's be honest.
If they don't have all their teeth, I don't think they should be.
When it comes,
fuck, I ain't coming in.
Okay, think about it. in a club setting, there's ladies' night.
Mm.
Ladies get in it for a specific price,
Mm.
but dudes get in no matter what size they are, no matter what's going on in their pockets, no matter how they
because
act.
they're considered the breadwinners, and then they work and they will put out the money and stuff like that. I guess
So whether you have hair or not, you coming in.
So their size doesn't matter. So why would that matter? Of course, you know I got questions. So why
That's
would
what she
that,
said.
why would that matter? Damn it. So why would that factor into a single woman trying to get to a club with her colleagues? Whether she's a model or not shouldn't really matter. But at the same time, how is this dude who's bigger than her gonna look her up and down like, no, not tonight.
Not tonight.
Don't he understand? I mean, that's his training. Doesn't he understand that the more women that's in a club is gonna bring more dudes?
That was my question.
And more dudes are gonna pay more money than women. So that's actually bringing revenue to that club.
And not
he doesn't
everybody
understand.
wants-
He doesn't understand the
you
bottom
want
line.
31 flavors too.
That's
You
straight
don't
up
want-
stupid.
Yes.
And if you look at these girls, look, I'm for them. I'm just thinking of outside also, but they're pretty. Like, come on, man. You know, this is 2022. Big girls are pretty, and those girls, they're pretty, and they weren't like they're thick. They weren't, to me, that's not how I would say overly obsessed or, you know, like Queen Latifah. She take care of herself. There's big girls who take care of themselves, and they're still attractive and pretty. Those two girls were pretty. So I don't understand. Maybe it was a time, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like he is wrong, but I can understand.
Okay, let me ask this question.
Industry system, you know.
I got questions, of course. Let me ask this question. Would he not allow Jill Scott up in there too?
No, because she's a celebrity.
What's the
Well,
difference?
if she knew.
She bad though.
What's the difference? She's the same.
How about
size.
Lizzo?
What's the difference?
You know what? I would let Lizzo in because she don't know how to act.
I'll let Lizzo.
Bro, after
talk.
she wore those thongs, when she wore that thong,
She
to
don't
that
give
game,
a damn. Real talk. It's all about when it comes to clubbing. It's all about who you can bring in and who you can keep in.
Yeah,
that's the point. If you can bring in 35 models and 6 of them are quote unquote considered big body, bring them in because they're influencing somebody else. Whether they're another female who's the exact same size that feels good because they're expressing themselves and they feel that they can do that too, or it's dudes that love that. You're still bringing money into the club. It's all about finance. It's not about aesthetics and what it looks like. They obviously need better training.
I think it's going back to almost like how the racial discrimination was set up to the point where
discrimination, even with the LGBT community, there's a lot of, you know, discrimination and stuff like that.
So why not just create, like what they say, instead of patronizing the places that won't even let you in or won't even let you work there, why not go ahead on and just create your own? And you hear this often, just keep saying like, hey, create your own if they're not going to let you in.
Yeah.
Some people just say, just buy the place.
Yeah. You can buy the place or just completely start your own and do your thing on the exact same night and pull their customers.
Yep.
Snatch their customers and pull the rug from underneath them. So now they're looking stupid in the face when they can't play in.
And especially how they can use their resources now. If they went viral like that, and if they start like a GoFundMe or something like that to start a club or whatever, and have, you know, have the best of the best, they can take their customers and, you know.
They be like, we got the best solid dance floors in the world. Like,
that's right. We got cement and shit. You ain't gonna fall through it.
They call it club.
Oh, fuck.
You ain't no liability here, and our bathroom.
It's called club.
Emotional, damn it.
You need some structure.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why they don't want to let the women in. I mean, usually when you go to a club, it's a big old sausage fest, anyways.
Yeah,
you know, they need more women. And just because they're a little bit bigger, like Carla said, you know, I like to have variety. You know, and bringing them in just gives more variety for many other men in there.
Yep.
Heat of the moment, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know what he was looking at. That's like, man, these girls are actually pretty. Let them in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there's guys who like big girls. I mean, and like I said, they weren't like overly,
It could have been
overly
from, like
obese.
the waist down or something.
He don't need to work the door. He needs to be inside the building.
Right.
But the other
Exactly.
question is, where did their girlfriends go? Did they go head on and continue on having fun, or did they come out to support their friends?
Oh,
Which
fuck
is
no, they
another
didn't.
problem.
They left.
Anthony, you're exactly right.
They
That's
probably
why I
left.
got questions. If I go somewhere with you
Right.
and I can get in and you can't, I'm not
Yeah.
going there.
Right. We're going to another club.
Thing. No, it don't work like that. I ain't built like that.
Could it not fit in a car or something together? I mean, I don't know. I'm just playing. That's just not right.
But if
Okay.
I'm going somewhere and you can't get in, I'm not going.
But I'm big. I can say
Done
that.
and done.
Yeah.
I can say that. We didn't fit in the car
But
together.
I'm okay with them talking about it. It's pretty much, it's been talked about many times over, but now it's more social media. They've had the topic, and everybody's going to readjust now because you don't want to be blasted. I'm sure the promotion or the promoters and all that are being blasted, and they're getting a lot of reviews, and now that hurts their business. They're influencers. I mean, they're not highly, like, they don't have millions, but they do have a lot of followers. And I think the other girl with the orange, she does model. She was on Sports Illustrated, actually.
Right.
So she has some pull. So maybe she could be butthurt because, don't you know who I am? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tear you guys apart, and that's what they're doing right now.
I mean, even if it's just like the poorest of the poor, I mean, they dressed and they look good. They in dress code. And even if it's an ugly fat girl, I mean, not fat.
Well,
Lisa, but yeah, even if it is like still it should not matter. Like, they're paying their money just like anybody else. I mean, I think it's discrimination. It's very harmful.
I think it says something here like, yeah, you can come in if you want to pay $4,000, like $4,000.
Oh yeah, well, somebody said something about
if I'm paying $4,000 for the club, I own the building,
right? You have the whole venue to yourself.
Their whole entire
face, bruh.
Yeah,
you smoking something to think you can get away with that.
$4,000. Come on,
stock up in here. I'm getting the bar.
Like, y'all better let those titties in because they natural, they real. Like, I mean, the other ones might not be.
I'm with Carla.
So
yeah, let them in.
Edwin's like, what?
No, it's not. That's
Crusher says it could depend on the clients in the club that wants a particular night. Curvy women are more of an interest to black males, and there are always clubs who find ways to discriminate. In the club system, it happens. It's nothing new. It's not the first, not the last. It's gonna happen really around the world.
I'm gonna call it like I said. A lot of black men do see women that are thick as a blessing, but there's some women of other colors that be like, "Oh, I'm fat and I'm overweight." A lot of black men be like, no, you found it in frog hair. You good?
Yeah,
they be so crazy.
All right.
Yeah, it is what it is. So.
Well, you know what the climate today. Well, yeah. So I guess right, wrong. It's still gonna happen. It's unfortunate for the security guard to, be caught in the middle of this, and he doesn't have a job anymore. But that's the industry.
And he got fired.
He got fired immediately. Yeah. So
he don't need to be at the door anyway.
That sends a message, though. I think that's fine because it sends a message that
bouncer got bounced.
Yeah.
Right. He got bounced pretty much.
Writes his own headlines.
What you done?
But you don't want them to start playing that song. Watch out for the big girl. And see the little girls came in and they that's what they talking about when they said watch out for the big girl. They came through and he lost his job.
Yep, exactly. And they're so happen you don't know who you're talking to, man. Videos are always popping, and that's why they have some influence, and that's what happened. Lose your job. So the first. I have this we have this one last segment here called Coverland, and we haven't highlighted anybody, but this guy named Jack Ross, he's on YouTube, TikTok, and all that, and one of my favorite songs. And the reason why I want to play this song is kind of the climate we've been having, from the midterms and what's happening in the past since COVID, and the song really, really is needed right now. Sam Cooke, cover of Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come. right, here you go. Jack Ross.
I was born by the river in a little old tent. Oh, just like the river I've been running.
Wow.
Ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard to live, and I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I go to the movie, and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't you hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Yeah. And then I'll go to my brother. I'll say, brother, oh, brother, help me, please. Yeah. But then he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh,
man.
There've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. Somehow I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Man, that looked like Edwin actually.
God, he ripped that.
Yeah, he
He sure did.
I just started
Ooh, I
following.
felt that. Oh,
Yeah, Jack Ross, everybody on
Jack Ross,
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Jack Ross.
Wow.
that's one of them let it alone songs.
Exactly.
If you can't do it right, you better let it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah.
touch it. Don't
leave it
touch
alone. Don't touch it. Sam Cooke cover.
it. Man. Oh,
Thank
Yeah,
you
a
for joining
change
us.
is gonna come. Yeah, I think that was during the Vietnam War too, wasn't it? Or was that during the Civil War?
Well,
Or
it's
yeah,
Civil
right
War.
there.
No.
I do remember
Civil
it from
War. Civil War. Sorry. Yeah.
Civil War.
Civil right there.
Whoa.
Right.
I just remember it from the Malcolm X.
It's
movie
gone,
right
Eric.
before
It's gone.
Malcolm
Gone. That's the
Gone now,
second
man.
one.
Thank
Okay,
God.
Again,
It does
shout out
taste like Dr. Pepper.
to Eric for doing the
Damn thing.
the Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
one hitter quitter.
We also want to thank everybody who joined us last Sunday. Auntie Gina, thank you, Carla, to introducing her to us. Hopefully, she'll be a regular guest with us every month. Follow her on Instagram. She has a YouTube, but she's more on Instagram a lot.
She's on
Auntie
Instagram
Gina.
live, like every day.
Live, right, every day. Well, thank you guys so much. About That Wallet every Wednesday, and they do have some interviews all about financial needs and education. A lot of great information there. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. It is Christmas is just around the corner, guys.
Big shout out to Edwin.
Oh yeah,
Mama Cotman. I mean Capo Smith and Edwin.
This one in billion.
Yes, thank you guys.
Crusher.
Whatever y'all doing for Christmas, it's all gravy. Do what you got to do.
Well, we've got about a month and a half left of the year, season 3. So we got big plans for season 4. We're going to talk about that and with 5 of us and see what's going to happen for next year. But also, Anthony, go ahead.
Oh, you can talk now.
I was going to give this book away that I actually got from the women's conference on Wednesday. So make sure y'all tuned in. And Edwin is actually going to come in and ask me some tough questions. So he's going to be doing it on
Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
This
Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in. YouTube. Make it
We'll
happen.
be there.
Well, I'll try to sneak in. I'm always working those days, but I'll try to come on out through. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Happy Happy Veterans Day weekend.
Whoa, you too early, man.
Too early for Valentine's.
He's like, I'm not yellow Christmas gift.
Whoa, he in his feelings.
I know, man. Sorry.
Now it's Valentine's.
It's a Dr. Pepper shot. All right, love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've got more information next week and more stuff. A change is coming right now.
That
Peace out, everyone.
Did what it did.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we are Highway 54.